Welcome back. There's more politics to discuss on this next segment, and we have joining us from our Abuja studio, Mr. Yusuf Sharada, Special Advisor to the Kano Governor on Digital Economy. He joins us now on the program from our Kano studio. Good morning, Mr. Sharada. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, so let's have the clarity that everyone is seeking at the moment as far as Kano State is concerned. Is Governor Abba Yusuf moving from the NNPP to the APC?
Well, after we come on board, you remember our party, the NNPP, after our convention, we had so many issues surrounding the party platform. There were so many litigations that are ongoing, a lot of court orders and what have you. And we are approaching 2027 where there will be another round of general election. And we don't want to reach that time without a clear platform that we are going to contest of all our elective positions. And that has been discussed with the leader of our movement and the governor of Kano State on what to do next. And then it is that what prompts to look for alternatives. And then the governor has started talking with the party at the center for so many reasons. First, you remember Kano has suffered from circulation in the First Republic when everyone was in the second, when everyone was in NPN, we were in PRP. And then we enjoyed being together with the party at the center when Senator Konkoso was the governor in his first tenure. And then later come Shekarau, which is not in tandem with the party at the center. So we have been having this issue of Kano being different from the center. And we need that synergy to bring dividend of democracy. We need that synergy to bring infrastructural development to our state. That's why the governor think maybe it's better to align with the party at the center, especially to have a synergy to face the insecurity that have started penetrating into our state through the border local governments. So this is why the governor is in talk with APC to see the possibility of aligning with them so that we will not reach 2027 without a clear party platform that we are going to contest on.
So it's confirmed, and it's just a matter of time. How soon are we going to be seeing this move to the APC?
Well, there are still consultations going on, both within and outside. The governor is perfecting talks with the people of APC, while at the same time, not only him, all of us in the Concosia movement are appealing to our leader not to fight away with his political godson, to maybe carry him along and move all of us, his followers of Concosia ideology, so that we go there much more stronger than maybe only the governor moving there. So these talks and these consultations and this pleading are still going on, and once everything clicks, I'm sure the general public will be alerted and will be adequately informed about next line of action.
Now, the big question is, how do you plan to swing this? Because you're even wearing the Kwankwasia cap, right? So it's a movement of sorts, which is quite distinct. Some will say even from the NNPP that you're in right now, talk more of the APC that you plan to move into. So how is that dynamic going to work, really? Will it be still the Kwankwasia cap with a broom in it or on it? So it's like a merger of the ideologies. What is that going to look like, this marriage?
You see, it's very good that you refer Concoursia as a movement, not as a political party. And this red cap that you are talking, and our ideologies are more of the Concoursia. So wherever we found ourselves, wherever we may found ourselves, we are going to remain Concoursia ideologues. What we understand with the Concoursia is helping masses, the downtrodden, bringing dividend of democracy to them, and lifting some of nobody to become somebody, as we have seen from our leader, who impacted so many lives. So this is going to be continued. And our red cap, we are going to maintain our red cap. This is not a party affair, it is more of our movement. And even if we cross-carpet to APC, we are going to remain Concoursia ideologues. So we are continuing with the project, with the programs that are touching the life of the masses in the urban and rural areas in Kano State. And this aligning with the center will bring even more opportunities to Kano citizens. It will bring more opportunities to even the Concoursia ideologues, so that they can penetrate and enter the government at the center and go there and showcase their talent and get opportunity to contribute their quota in building their country.
So is that to say that right now, or at least prior to this point, with NNPP in charge of Kano State, you are not getting full value from the federal government? Because that's what we've always heard. We're aligning with the center so we get the dividends. But that's not what democracy is meant to be. Whether you are NNPP, PDP or Labour Party, your right is your right. You should get the full value of Nigeria's democratic structure, at least the part federation we're practicing right now. So are you saying that prior to this point, you aren't getting all of the things due Kano State because the party was governed by NNPP or is governed by NNPP?
You see, we have so many troubles presently in Kano State, like the issue of our emirate tussle, the issue of some even of the security formations are not even duly recognizing our governor to be the #1 citizen or the chief security of the state. There were so many issues, and we come to conclusion that maybe all this is happening because we are not belonging to the party that is controlling the center. And there are so many projects that somehow are beyond state apparatus, and some states that are within the party controlling the center are enjoying all these projects, and we are not enjoying them. Of course, we are being given our due from the federal allocations and what have you, but that is not enough. If we want to bring more, it is solely on bringing more things to Kano State. And mark you, there's this fear of us reaching election while all these legal battles are ongoing, these litigations are ongoing with the NNPP. We have seen what have transpired in Zamfara. We don't want it to repeat itself in Kano State. That's why we want to have a more safer platform that will allow all our elective office holders to contest yet another election, and if given mandate by people, to continue administrating the state. We don't want to find ourselves in a more confused or more ridiculous situation than that of Zamfara. And we are in Nigeria. Even the undoable can be done. So we don't want to take that for granted. And we want to have a much... Yeah.
What you're suggesting is that your challenges with litigations in the court persist because you're in the opposition, and by extension, the center is probably using the judiciary to muzzle the opposition. That's on the one hand. Your challenges with security persist because you're in the opposition, and by extension, the infrastructure that is required to help tackle the challenges of security persist because you're in the opposition and the center will not make it available. And all other challenges that you've outlined, you're suggesting that they persist because you're in the opposition and the center would not provide the wherewithal to help you surmount these challenges. That's what you're telling us.
To some extent, we can see it as how you put it. I'm not saying that completely they denied us all our right, but
they are denying they're denying you some of your rights.
Yes, of course, you know, if you find yourself in an opposition, you may not likely get all that you want. There are things that are your right, there are things that are even privileged, because you align with the people at the center, and then they can give you that which is not maybe must for them to give you, and then being that you are together with them, they can give you. And you see in Kano, what we are pleading to the leader of Konkosia presently is, we have seen how Malam Amin Kano raised Muhammad Abubakar Rimi, and then they didn't end well, and they have parted ways, I mean. And we have seen how even Konkoso become somehow somebody that inherited all Rimi talent politically, but they didn't end up in a very good cordial relationship. And now Konkoso has succeeded in putting in place his political godson, and he has done everything humanly possible to ensure his success. We are not denying that, but we want him to continue to support him. So we want Konkoso to raise a successor in his lifetime, when he was hale and hearty, to see him continue driving the affairs of Kano State and even taking the mantle of leadership of the Konkosia movement. And I think this is something that he is going to be proud of. So wherever we are, Konkoso was in APC before, and now there is nothing wrong if we go back to FEC. It may even offer him an opportunity to bring back all the people that left his camp and unite them and continue so that he become that figure in Nigerian politics as he is. Mr.
Sharada, I take it you are passionately appealing to the leader of your Kwankwasia movement to take this planned defection to the APC of Kano State in his strides. Especially because of the political history of, other leaders who have walked that same path. And this is on the heels of reports that he's seeing this defection as a betrayal. But we've had the other NNPP group on the program who have also said that, what goes around comes around, that, Alhaji Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso himself betrayed the founder of NNPP by the way he hijacked the party and took it over. I'd like you to respond to how this is being interpreted as a counter-betrayal of Alhaji Kwankwaso himself.
You see, I'm not seeing it as a betrayal. And even that assertion by the other function of the NNPP that Kwankwaso betrayed them, I didn't concur with them. Because Kwankwaso entered into their party that almost no one knows and bring it into limelight, even securing a state like a Kano, winning senators, members of House of Reps, and it becomes known. So Kwankwaso didn't betray them. In fact, he even helped them. They have been battling with that party, but no one cares to even look at them. So Kwankwaso helped them. And in the same way, I'm not seeing Governor Abba joining the center to be a betrayal. In fact, it is not a betrayal. It is to get more opportunity.
Mr. Sharada, they do not see it as, helping them. They think that, well, according to them, that Alhaji Kwankwaso only used the NNPP as a negotiation platform. And we can, in fact, see that Kano brings the swing votes in each presidential election. In the 2023 presidential election, for instance, we see that Alhaji Kwankwaso won a whopping over 990,000 votes as the presidential candidate of the NNPP. So is that what this is about, using the NNPP as a negotiating platform? Hence, Alhaji Kwankwaso is not happy that, you know, his political godson is going to be nipping in the bud the possibility of using NNPP as a negotiation tool.
No. I think we differ with them in that. Kwankwaso is presidential material, is a presidential hopeful, looking for a platform, and then he joined their party, the party that no one knows before, NNPP, and he brings that party into limelight. And for one reason or the other, they have some problem. I think they can't reconcile from the founder of the party and then the leader, and then that makes them to go to court, and then there are several rulings and court orders and what have you. And that's what prompts the governor to say, now we need an alternative. And we are vindicated. Even Senator Kwankwaso himself, he make it clear that he is often maybe either PDP or ADC or APC, whichever might agree with his condition, and then he is ready to join them, so that he is a politician. And we agree and we believe that he is a politician. No one is objecting that. But we want him, instead of going to PDP or the ADC, why not APC, which he happens to be one of the founding fathers? Because everyone remember when he pulled out the block of the 5G governors from PDP and makes the APC, which makes it to clinch power during late Buhari, and then Tinubu, who happened to be his very good friend. And Kwankwaso has been telling us that Tinubu is his friend. So why not him and President Tinubu, and then have something like a consensus, have a common ground, so that our governor, our own peer is, let Kano not mix this tremendous developmental project that the governor is executing. We want this to continue, and that continuity needs a platform, and that platform, the most safer one for us, is APC, and that's why we are appealing at the leader to consider all our calls. We are all his ideologues. We want him to lead us to go and negotiate with the government at the center, so that Kano State will continue to benefit from the dividend of democracy. As I say, we have these issues, we want to face them squarely, and we want to make sure that Kano has stopped being in circulation whenever there is a government, so that we have more things, we have more opportunities for our people.
Mr. Sharada, I understand your optimism, but on a final note now, if this, these appeals you're making through this platform to Alhaji Rabi Musa Kwankwaso fall on deaf ears, and there seems to be no agreement as this planned defection sails through, that means that the Kwankwasia movement may be split right down in the middle into two. So what happens in 2027 to Kano's usual 994, or if you like, nearly 1 million votes?
You see, since it didn't happen, we want to see how this ends first. The end result is what may likely have impact of the outcome of the next general election. But Kwankwaso is very strong in Kano. No one is disputing this. But remember, the governor has done so well that the people, the typical masses in Kano, not even politicians, the people, the workers that are receiving their salaries on timely basis, the pension that their retirement benefits were once held, were now given, and many other, the youth and the women and the people in the rural areas are all in very good support of the present governor. So, as you say, we are very optimistic that Kwankwaso's ears will listen to his followers. And if it reached to that extent of splitting, and then, of course, no one can predict what will happen to those nearly 1 million votes that you are talking. it is only time that will determine where they are going to.
Well, I'm glad that you have mixed your optimism with some form of practicality as well, against the backdrop of what may happen. But what about the other group now? Talk to us about this other group that sees this, as a betrayal of some sort. If the group splits right down into the middle, I mean, the Kwankwasiya movement, will the, Kano state government also be reaching out to the other group just to swell up its ranks? Or there is no such plans, for, the Kano governor to approach the founder of the group such that you can have some numbers?
You see, right now that I'm speaking with you, the fact that the chairman of the party in Kano has been suspended, and the one that took over his deputy is doing everything humanly possible to even reach out to those groups that has fallen out from the party. In the spirit of unity, to bring them back so that we have more stronger front to face whichever opposition we might likely face during the election. So if the other function, even at the national level, I have seen a recent report that they have lifted the suspension they have put on the governor before, and well, they are very much welcome. Politics is a game of numbers, and we need more people. If they have seen reason in following the governor of Kano State, then they are very much welcome. All I can tell you is that Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf will continue to respect Kwankwaso as his benefactor. All of us are going to continue to respect Kwankwaso as our benefactor. Right. And if we are together with him, we will be much more happier than departing with him.
All right. Mr. Yusuf Sharada is a special advisor to the Kano State Governor on digital economy. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
And so from this conversation, it's only a matter of time. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf may be or will be moving to the All Progressives Congress in no time. We'll take a moment now. When we return, it'll be time here to tell you the story of Chideba's continental trip from Africa to Europe. Aide is already preparing a grand entrance with Chideba. So stay with us, we'll be right back.